Wonderful, isn't it? Welcome to the second Ford Focus Mark 1 Preservation Club meeting at the Great British Car Journey. Well, it doesn't seem it. We're at the back. We're in the overflow car park. And once again, it's been a magnificent day of which I'm going to share some amazing Mark 1 examples. This is only our second meeting. And once again, we've had about 20 examples of all different conditions and variants, specs, engines, and people as well. Amazing people. And this is definitely a very social group. I've been chatting all day. Now it's time for me to show you guys who didn't come, or for those guys who did come, some amazing cars. And well, let's get on. We're parked right at the back in the overflow car park. We've got the drive dad's car theme going on, so we've got a lot of classics doing circles around in the middle, which is quite interesting. It's been an entertaining day. And the first car of which is owned by a very good friend of mine, Jack. So really nice to see this car at last, and yourself, Jack, because Jack has done an awful lot of work to get the preservation groups forum up and running. He runs it, and without him we wouldn't be able to actually have such a platform to help other Mark 1 owners actually improve their Mark 1, service them, and pick up some really good hints and tips, and all in one place. And this is his lovely LX 1.6, of which was bought from the previous owner. The family is still in touch with the previous owner. It is his daily car. He absolutely loves this car to bits. Moondust silver, and what an absolute treat this car is. It's actually really solid. The sills have got absolutely nothing on them. If I could just bring you back, there's just been a little patch on this side and literally nothing. Even the inner arches are in really good condition. It's got some sort of double ding going on inside, and then yeah, he's left it alone. He hasn't messed with this, and he definitely needs a new aerial. What the heck is that? What the hell? No, we'll get a genuine one fitted. 11 quid for a genuine one and you'll be good. Superb car. The next one, wow. This is owned by a chap called Carl, and it was really nice talking to you, Carl. This is a lovely car, and we have seen this before at the Festival of the Unexceptional last year in 2023. A 2-litre gear saloon with some added extras, with this lovely two-tone beige interior, and all the mod cons, and apart from cruise control, I believe. And we've got the rear spoiler here, some tinted windows at the back, and I'll tell you what, the spoiler and the tinted windows, this is definitely the American look. From all those in North America, hello, and I really thank that you're watching this, and I hope you're enjoying this, and this is definitely up your street. And actually, I think this is up my street. This looks utterly sublime in this paintwork, and I can't believe this. The quality of this paintwork, it's absolutely sumptuous. You wouldn't believe that this car is actually, it's not garaged, it's outside, and it's daily driven, and it's just in such good condition. I mean, if you remember the underside, I mean, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. He has fitted some xenon headlights. Some of you will say, well, without the headlamp washers. Well, that would actually pass an MOT, because it depends on what the garage constitutes as a factory fitment. And most garages will just say, oh, it's a Ford, it probably came with that from standard. There is a bit of rewiring to be done with xenon headlights. I think if you were to just use the standard wiring switch without bypass, I think you've got to bridge a wire. Otherwise, if you put the high beams on, your headlights go off. So you need to do a bit of bridging between a couple of wires. I'll tell you what, even this trim, which is such a superb touch, which is what I think is completely lost on the facelift models, is that just the little touches of plastic coated sort of chrome finish, and it's not even pitted that much. That's ridiculous. And Registration plate at the bottom there, lovely. It's just superb. And hub nut sticker to go with that, lovely. And it has, Jack, a genuine Ford aerial, 11 quid, cheap as chips. Just, it was a time where Ford thought they were going to do the sort of the Jaguar sort of thing. Well, obviously the companies were linked together, and I thought, yeah, they've tried to do a Jaguar S, bring a sort of small Jaguar interior into what would be a black plastic interior. It certainly advances the interior. I think I love this. The material on these seats is called Bussac, and it's the softest, most comfortable trim on any Mark 1. It is amazing stuff. I would trade my leather seats in for this any day. Carl's just unlocked it for me, and my attention is drawn to this sort of synthetic material, sort of a woven material that you get in like a jacket. Lovely. Look at this wood grain. I mean, it's plastic, it's fake, but they've bothered to put different kinds of grain into it. It doesn't look like matte, really cheap, but this is just, I can't tell you how nice it is. This bit is the hard-wearing material. You get the same sort of material in like a CL, believe it or not. This is the hard-wearing. This is the stuff that you put your hands on. And yeah, Carl had to go to a European place to get a replacement mechanism for the armrest, believe it or not. So I will not touch that. These mats are also custom made as well. But they really did try their best here to make a. I'm not being funny. If I sat in this, it's like sitting either in a Jag or, in my case, a Rover, and it's like a little Rover inside of a Ford. How can we put a Rover in a Ford or a Jag in a Ford? I think this is definitely the definition of this, and he will not have boot leaks. That steering wheel also is superb, nice and smooth, and yeah, it's so coveting and double din, usable. That's a lovely touch, that is. Lovely. And we have also seen this car before at the last meet. A lovely 1.6, well, 2 litre Zetec ESP. I was going to say 1.6, it's a 2 litre ESP. Very, very hard to get hold of with the alarm system. So, lovely car. And the last time we saw this was at the Motorist. Getting a 2 litre ESP, very, very difficult. It's more desirable in 3-door form, but in any form, it's amazing. Sorry, we've got some Rolls Royces and Capris going round here. Wow. Again, we've seen this one before. 2 litre gear with the cream leather interior. This is where cloth versus cream. I think this interior definitely feels more Jaguar-like because it's actually leather, not cloth. But the leather in these, I'm not a particular fan of the leather, but they do look visually appealing. Not as comfy to sit in. I'll tell you that as someone who owns one with leather seats. And we've got the CD multi-changer in there and a sunroof. Getting a sunroof on a facelifted Mark 1 is like rocking horse poo. They were not very commonly specified. It cost a lot of money. It was a pre-facelift you'd find it mostly on. But that badge is a rarity. Oh dear, my friend Craig has been hard at work again, my friend. Very hard at work. Bit of a struggle to get here today, and it's absolutely amazing to see this car here. Craig's had a bit of a fight. Craig, what have you done to this car?
Well, since the last time we've seen it,
yeah.
Front bumper's been changed, rear bumper's been changed.
Really?
Both wings.
Yeah, for just better items.
Yeah, just ones that weren't as scuffed.
That's fine. Mix and match. That's generally what you have to do at this age, just to get it looking a little bit better. That's great. You started.
A nightmare to get, but a nightmare to find anything in that machine silver.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Yeah. It's Moondust silver. That's the colour. You can get plenty of parts for them. Machine silver, which is like more of a grey silver. No chance.
Nightmare.
Yeah, completely. It's great. Lovely to see this car again. And every time you see this car, it's going to look slightly better. I'll give you a challenge. Get the door mirror sorted.
Well, I've already got a passenger side mirror for it.
Got you.
Just I haven't changed them over, so I want.
Nah, that's fine.
Want to do it.
Nah, that's great. That's great. And did you get the headrests? Yes.
Yeah, but
Oh, not the centre one.
no, because
Right.
they aren't the rear ones. They're actually just a set of front ones.
Right. Okay.
That I've just went tucked in.
That's fine.
And
Yeah.
and I went and sent it away to get a section of the sill repaired, and the guys made an absolutely fantastic job. Fantastic.
Really?
Aye, come on,
Let's have a look. This is the expensive bit of a Mark 1, getting the sill done and getting it done and making it look properly nice. Oh, goodness me. Okay, I can see where they've fabricated it to this point. Do you know what? That's a really neat job.
Yeah. And a shout out to Matt from the page, Matt Drake.
Yeah. Matt Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Superb. Getting someone who actually can do a quality welding job and not something that looks really cheap. It's really hard.
Yeah, it was a local guy to me. I went and I reached out to him.
Yeah.
To get this all done, and they said, "Yep, bud, bring it to me."
Brilliant.
And then, but I left the card with him. 24 hours, the card was done.
24 hours you got that?
24 hours.
That's quality.
Amazing.
That's an amazing. A few days for me, at least a few days I would have expected. Great. That's lovely. And further down the line, it's Andrew's ST170. No, not mine. Another Andrew. There's too many Andrews in this group. Lovely ST170 that he bought 3 months ago, and he's got a lot of work to do, but he's getting stuck in. A lot of suspension work and this and that, and I've just done a bit of revising. Getting the engine mounts for ST170s is particularly difficult because, as I was reminded, the engine mounts are actually very different to the 2 litre Zetec ones and the ones you get on the RS, believe it or not. I think there's a couple of companies that do solid mounts, but it depends whether you want to go for solid mounts because it doesn't allow too much flexing of the engine. It's a bit of an issue that actually sometimes. It depends what you want. Yes, he knows a couple of jobs that he's going to be doing. Power steering has been the talk of the day today after a couple of my videos, but lovely. Nice to see one. Ready to be cheap. He's got new hubcaps waiting to go on once he's got the wheels refurbed. And yeah, nice to see a 5-door ST170. And yeah, this is really nice actually. Oh, slightly bigger back box there. Lovely. And this is Andrew's 1.6 Zetec. As we've seen, he's removed the roof bars just for the sake of bringing it today, so they're fair enough. It's a completely different look, and Metropolis Blue always looks good. So yeah, as we've seen, really nice car, does him service, and it continues to work and get him to where he needs to be. Lovely. So we've got Andrew's car, but Andrew's shirt is even better. Keep calm and drive a Ford Focus. That's fantastic. Superb. And here we have a very familiar car to many people. Yes, if you watch the channel Morsels on Motors, this is Shawn's Focus, the £250 Focus 1.6 Zetec in Metropolis Blue. This had some work done to it, and if you don't know his channel, well, I'll put a link in the description and you can watch his episodes, because this car is getting a lot of love and a lot of TLC, and it was registered at Jamison of I'm not even going to pronounce the title of that company. I'll get my words twisted round, but it is a run-of-the-mill, and he has done a few things, including these very comfy ST170 half leather seats. So yeah, very, very comfy indeed, because my complaint is the standard seats are a bit firm, and if you want something more comfy, you can always do some swaps. And you know what, if it's making it more usable and enjoyable, well, why not? I'm not one to question that. It's in really good condition, and there are a few things that are going to be done to this car. We've just had a little bit of welding done on the back that Shawn has done himself, and to be honest, that's something I need to do on one of my own cars very soon. So yeah, This is nice. This is really nice. Lovely to see. Oh, nice mud flaps. So yeah, I'll move on from this and go to the next one. Oh, it's Chris's Millennium. Next of all, yes, the Millennium edition. Only 40 left. Yes, and that is quite accurate, including his Huvo Turbo Power 2, which probably will outlast most vacuums today. It certainly does. And that's just such a good colour match. And, I'll tell you what, you done a bit of work at the front there, Chris, with your disc brakes, and got a load of accessories at the front. This is car 122, by the way. They all given individual numbers, and a lot of people just scrap these because the colour looked to a lot of people, and then people realise actually after a period of time this is a cool colour, and every time we have meets people get drawn to this car. I wonder why. And Chris has added an accessory gear knob. Yes, a snooker gear knob, a very 90s accessory edition, aftermarket. Love it. I do approve. It goes with the colour of the car. Superb. I have to say, I really like this. This is Jason's 1.6 Edge. Yeah, on an 04 plate, the Edge was the run-out model alongside the Flight. You could buy all the other models alongside these two, but these were kind of the special limited edition models. The Edge was based on the Zetec, but you just got these five-spoke, really thick-rimmed, almost MP3-like. A bit more of a cheaper version of an MP3 alloy, and we're going to see that in a second. It really suits the car for the age it's come from, and this is in superb condition. Obviously, also on the Edge, you got this spoiler, which actually really does give a bit more profile than what you'd necessarily have. The sort of dotted trim. The Harlequin trim had virtually stopped. Apart from the Zetec, the Harlequin trim had stopped, and you get this sort of square dot matrix seat pattern. But yeah, Jason just put a few. Oh yes, that was the period brochure, the generously equipped Ford Focus Edge. Pass it on. Yes, Ford accessories brochure. Very hard to come by that. And another brochure over there. Lovely. The paintwork is really nice on this. I've seen so many Mark 1s now with really good paintwork, and yet they're outside daily driven. I mean, honestly. Lovely. This has only done 37,000 miles, and actually before I even asked Jason what mileage this car done, I kind of worked out it was very low mileage, because you don't get aluminium oxide like this, like the powder, unless it's not used that much or not frequently. So yeah, definitely my car suffers from that a little bit, being low mileage. This is a very tidy car indeed. My good friend Matthew's Ebony. Yes, this is an Ebony limited edition. Now I know what some of you are going to say. Well, hold on. If I've got a thing about modifications, there's a lot going on here, isn't there? We've got tinted lights, wheels that I can't really identify. Not really, anyway. Obviously, wind deflectors and all that, all the rage. A massive, not subtle spoiler. And an exhaust that I could put my fist through. Rage. Yeah, there's a lot of modifications on Matthew's car, and he loves this. He loves the way it drives, but there's a lot of things that are going on with this car. I mean, I've never seen leather seats with the stitches like this. Luckily, Matthew's got replacements, and he'll just basically wear this out. I mean, it's even gone. The stitches have even gone down there. But the interior is yellow and double din butchered. Yes, it's been the fascia's been butchered to fit that double din, instead of just buying the aftermarket double din fascia, I should say, which is purpose built. The Ebony, again, you get traction control, heated seats, so you get rear discs. It was a 3-door limited edition. You do get things like this lovely steel mesh grille, which people generally have stolen and put on other Mark 1s. You got it on the Ink as well, and the Zetec collection. So yeah, I like that. It's really nice. Panther black, lovely. It will buff up really nicely, and there's just bits and pieces around here everywhere. I mean, look at this. I mean, the last owner got rid of the Zetec fog lights and put ST170 fog lights on, and an ST170 grille. Yeah, and the headlights are going to be changed. Matthew's in it deep and he knows this, but you know, you've got to see the wood through the trees. And this has got all the... Please don't tell me these are Audi flashing indicator side repeaters. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not a particular fan of them. I understand why people fit them, but it does add up a little bit. But this is not me panning Matthew's car, because Matthew doesn't like it in this condition. If Matthew hadn't have bought it, this would have been put on the banger track and scrapped by now. But it survives because he intends to reverse a lot of these changes. I've done it with mine, and there's nothing he can't do with this, and it will just take it time. Just take it time, one job at a time, and this will be the car that he wants it to be, and it's still giving him pleasure, and that's just says a lot about this car. So keep going, Matthew, keep going. Michael's beautiful Zetec collection 1.8. What have we seen under here? Yes, Michael has been very, as you can see, this is full fresh paint. He has spent a lot of time painting this. I've got to do this with 50 Shades because it's only satin on 50 Shades. I'm going to do the same thing. These were colour coordinated to the body, and it looks a lot. It stands out an absolute mile. He's done a great job. It's a very difficult job, this, getting in all these nooks and crevices. You're never going to make it perfect, but it's looking really nice and dry as usual in this engine bay. A bit of an oil leak, an old one going on there, but yes, the heat shield has had better days, but he'll get a new one. He'll just probably end up snapping these off, unfortunately, at some point. But that's the way. And Michael's car was featured in Modern Classics magazine at the Motorist. Now, if I just turn my camera, the Modern Classics Retro magazine actually did an article on the Mark 1 Preservation Club meet at the Motorist, and Michael lifting his well-deserved trophy, because this car is amazing and a very rare one. And I'm still seeing Mark 1s broken up, collections broken up for that bumper and that bumper. It's so sad, it's untrue. And look at this, got this personal preference part of the brochure. A radio navigation system, which I very rarely see on a Mark 1. They were very poor, those navigation systems. Detachable tow bar, parking distance sensors, which many of them, again, were not fitted with. There were so many wheels that you could fit as an accessory to a Mark 1. The list was endless. Lovely car. Well, this is Adrian's ST170. Oh my goodness me. Yes, this is a lovely car. This really stands out a lot. The paintwork is... I still think the paintwork on this is better than 50 Shades, even after a respray. I can see the orange peel, but this has not been resprayed. This is factory a sort of orange peel going, but it's very, very shiny, and it's absolutely cherished. He has an amazing audio system which replaces the original audiophile rear system. I'm not a massive expert, as Adrian knows, on these systems, but the sound quality in this car is unbelievable, and he beats the music when he's driving, and goodness me, why not? Yeah, you've got the usual caps that never sit right, but it doesn't matter. The corrosion on these wheels is absolutely minimum. These ST170 wheels are the worst for corrosion, and I'll tell you something, there is absolutely minimum. Looking at the that's just ridiculous. That's factory. There's just fractions and fractions of bubbling. That is it. But even the bonnet, it's just superb. These lovely ST170 lights, which these surrounds are really, really, really good condition. Lovely car. And we need no introduction to Jason's car. Oh no, no introduction whatsoever. I keep getting this wrong, so every time I see this car I keep saying he's replaced the headlights. Apparently these are the original headlights. I can't believe it. I can't believe that those are the original headlights. I mean, the quality of the headlights early on must have been something different. There's no scratches or chips. That's ridiculous. Jason has bought another Mark 1 recently to accompany this, but yeah, he's had a few niggles with that, so he's had to bring this today. But it's always a pleasure to see this. A Ford Focus Mark 1 Finesse, probably the only Finesse Mark 1 in existence. A Finesse, if you don't know, it was a dealership special, okay? Only a certain dealership, Quicks it was. It would have been Quicks actually, that is the original veg plate. Launched a Finesse Special Limited Edition. Not many people bought them, I think there was about 250. And I think this is the only survivor, to be honest. If there is another survivor, then it's probably one or two. But they won't survive because nobody knows what they are. So it is a genuine Finesse Special Limited Edition. These badges have been put on by Jason at a later stage. So, no, absolutely fair play. Perfect. Have you changed the badges? Have you changed the side indicators, Jason? I think you certainly have. The clear ones with the orange indicator bulbs. Very, very, very stylish. It blends well with the paintwork, which is machine silver again. We have Adam Joe's 1.6 LX as usual. He's had a bit of an accident recently, but it's going to have a bit of a respray on one side. Airport car parking attendants, need I say any more than that, but it will get resprayed, and it actually will look better than what it did before the accident. Lovely engine bay, lovely, superb. I love this car. I love all these cars because just seeing any Mark 1 that's looked after, and I know that's looked after, makes me smile. And Steels of Hereford. And right next to it is this really, really nice TDCi Sport. Now this is a rare car. I think there's only, my approximation is only a few hundred of these exist. Not many people know how many of these exist, but there's about a few hundred of these left. These TDCi Sports, they were extremely, I think, coveted for a short period of time when diesels were very popular, and it was actually more fashionable to have a diesel than a petrol. And the TDCi Sport wear these superb wheels. They are usually fitted to MP3s, but they were also fitted to TDCi Sports. Obviously it's been sprayed up in this grey, and it's actually really suited to the car, to be honest. I mean, that's a lovely finish, that is. And again, this car has so minimal in terms of rust and any sort of bubbling whatsoever. And as you can see, with a slight bit of wear to the badge, TDCi Sport, lovely, absolutely superb. It has been de-wiped, yes. Hence the back screen gets a bit dirty from time to time, but it doesn't matter. With a sort of larger bore exhaust, but not decatted or anything like that. It's got silencers on it, so you know, it's relatively quiet. That's nice, really nice paintwork. It's just a sumptuous colour. And obviously you get these half leather seats, which it's complete. This interior is completely standard to a Sport, a TDCi Sport. You've got these nice half leather seats in the same style as an ST170, but it's sort of like a sort of black, checkered material, sort of knitted material. Actually, it's rather nice. Actually, it's really nice to sit in, nice to touch as well. But apart from that, there wasn't actually too many differences. But a TDCi Sport, got some different rear lights. Yeah, very, very desirable at one point in time, and have just suddenly disappeared because they seem to have been sort of confused with every other Mark 1 diesel, which don't really fare well with ULEZ zones, clean air zones, and all the stupid rubbish that we have to put up with, especially in the UK. Lovely car, really nice car. And 50 Shades looking really, really good. I'll just point this out actually. I am going to repaint my scuttle because I've just done it in satin black. It's got to look like that really, so I'm going to have to do mine at some point, but she'll have the work done. We have done obviously a few bits to her, which you'll see in future episodes. You probably won't guess by that engine bay, but I've done a really important job with this car recently. But anyway, she's looking good, driving good, and she's better than ever due to one particular thing I've changed, but spoilers. Oh yes, we have a Mark 1 RS in town, finally. And this is Tim's car, and it's lovely to see this. One absolute stonking example of this. So we've got the Mark 1 RS owners club.com, and wow, like the picture, lovely. This is a lovely car to see, and I do like these wheels. They are nice and thick, and they just suit this sort of skirt, sort of boy racer sort of style, but in a good way. Sort of uplifting drive, as you guess, with these. Really exciting, frills. The skirts on these just make it look so glary, it's untrue. Lovely. There's not many more words I can actually describe the driving experience that you would get for one of these. Bridgewater Ford. Interesting, registered in Somerset. Well, the build list, you'd have to have waited about 6 to 12 months for one of these, if you were lucky. It has had all its rear suspension done. I haven't done too much of this today. I'll try and look at that. Puts mine to shame. It really puts mine to shame. It's had all the rear suspension done, and they are so expensive. I mean, getting one bottom arm, you have to go genuine Ford, one bottom arm, over £100 just for an arm. It's a completely different level with these. That's superb. You've got this little flap that's just been put down here. It does overlap a little bit, but nice fixed skirts, lovely. And obviously we've got the start button right down on the centre console with a big green button, lovely. This lovely intercooler just mounted here. Wow, 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 wow. Packs a lot of punch, and it's had all its silicone done. Genuine Ford. Most of these parts are genuine Ford because generally aftermarket manufacturers, as you can imagine, don't really make them because there's no market for them. You know, these are limited edition cars. There's a couple of thousand that are remaining in the UK, but generally they aren't scrapped. They will survive because they are collector's items. They are valuable items, so people generally look after them and don't modify them. Some people do, most do not. And this is a welcome car on today's episode. And wow, honestly, what can I say about this car? This is obviously Nick's CL. We all know this famous car, George, and we have quite a few episodes coming up of this car. It has been a pain, it has been tough, and quite frankly, I'm getting a bit sick, but we're still carrying on because that's the aim of the game with these cars. You don't give up, you keep going. There's always workarounds, and it's not a compromise workaround. This car is looking a lot better in the bodywork department. If some of you have not witnessed this bonnet is looking rather shiny where it once looked a bit matte like this. This car is going to be fully detailed by myself at some point, probably before the festival or the Unexceptional. Nick, stop touching your car up. You gotta leave it for me. No, stop it. Can't help himself. Goodness me, we have a lot of focuses in attendance today. Got a lot of space between us, and wow, they're all loved. They're all in good hands, and it's lovely to see them in various states of tune. It's just great to see. And this is where I'm going to end this here because this has been a lovely meet, catching up with so many people. My mind is exploding with names, people, cars, facts, and I'm glad I could put everybody into this video, including Shawn, who is also another well-known YouTuber. And I'm glad that I could meet you too, buddy. And so there'll be more of that to come. But anyway, for the rest of you, I hope that you find this inspiring. And if you are interested in joining the club, if you have a relatively original, unmolested Mark 1 Focus, and you're a very nice person, a social person, and you're very welcome to come. We're a very strict group with those two aspects. Okay, we're a social group as well as a car group, and that's important to know. Anyway, you take care, guys. I shall see you in another episode. I hope all of you at home have enjoyed this and have got some inspiration or just general enjoyment from watching this. Take care. See you soon. Just keep going, because I just see cars that I'll either get in there or just need little bits doing here and there.
Absolutely.
And this trophy is yours,
Thank you very much.
Please.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Great. Very nice to chat with everybody. Got a wonderful group of people here.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Absolutely.
I shall be definitely coming to the next one.
Perfect.
Well. Really good. Thank
Enjoy.
you.
You deserve that.
Thank
well
you.
done.